Solve and graph the inequality 12x plus 4 is greater than 2 times the quantity 5x plus 6. So the first thing that we're going to do is remove the parentheses on the right hand side by using the distributive property. So 2 times 5 is 10. So we have 10x, and then 2 times positive 6 is positive 12. So we're going to isolate our variable, and I'm going to do it on the left hand side. So I'm going to subtract 10x from both sides, and that gives me 2x plus 4 is greater than 12. Again, I'm going to finish isolating by subtracting 4 from both sides, and that gives me 2x is greater than 8. And solving for x, I divide both sides by 2, so x is greater than 4. Now we're asked to graph this, and we're going to graph it on a number line. And there's two ways to do this depending on what notation we're going to use. If you're asked to use interval notation is when we use the parentheses or brackets. What we're going to do is first draw our number line. And look at our inequality symbol. In this case, it's just greater than. So remember, anytime you're using greater than or less than in interval notation, this is when you're going to use the parenthesis. Parenthesis indicates that that number is not included as a part of the solution. And if it's greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, that's when we use the brackets. So in this case, we're going to graph x is greater than 4. Since it's just greater than, we're going to use parentheses. And the values that are greater than 4 are to the right. So we have our arrow continuing to the right. Now, some of you are used to using open and closed circles. Remember, we used an open circle when our inequality was greater than or less than. And if our inequality is greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, we use the closed circle. The open circle, again, tells you that the starting point is not included as a part of the solution. So in this case, again, we draw our number line. And our starting point for this problem is a positive 4, and since it's just greater than, we use an open circle, and the values that are greater than are to the right. So here we have our solution, x is greater than 4, and we graphed it using interval and also using open and closed circles.